First, I want to say your diligence in watching the videos is appreciated and taking the quizzes. Remember, the quizzes are just to learn. We don't keep track of the scores. The scores don't count until the season starts and your preseason exam, etc. So take them and take them more than once. Read the feedback and learn. We understand the rule book's not finalized. We're hoping to get that out the week of the 15th, the final version. There's a coaches meeting Saturday the 14th where they're going to discuss final tweaks, and hopefully we can get that out to you next week. But this tape is just about the things you need to do on the field. Don't put any rules thought into it, but what it is being focused when you're out there on the field. It's the little things. So we're going to start off with some lack of focus plays, and we'll conclude with some focus plays. But when you make these basic type of lack of focus mistakes and you continue to make them, that's why officials don't come back to work the following season. Anyway, here we go. On this play, note the placement of the ball. It's the right college hash, snapped at the 3-yard line. The crew shut this play down for a false start. And here's the next play after enforcement of the penalty. We counted 5 yards correctly, but what are we doing spotting the ball on the left pro hash? We went from this hash to this hash. Complete lack of focus and unacceptable. On this play, I want you to note where the ball is spotted, the 20-yard line. What hash mark? The right college hash. The play resulted in an incomplete pass. Let's go to the next play. Where are we spotted and what hash mark? Well, and here's the next play. We're snapped at the 19 from the right pro hash. Shouldn't we be back here on this hash at the 20-yard line? Focus, focus, focus. And we can even look at the box up here. The box is where it needs to be, on the 20. Yet we're going from the 19. Complete lack of focus. We can't have this. On the prior play, we had an illegal twist, properly called, and we were snapped from the 8. 5-yard penalty. I count 1, 2, 3, 4 yards. Lack of focus. Prior play was snapped at the 8. We got a 5-yard penalty, and we only give the offense 4 yards. We shouldn't be wasting times on little things like this in training tapes. Okay, even from this camera parallax, defensive left end is in the neutral zone. Look at his left arm. Look where the ball is. This is a foul. You got to be focused. You got to see it. And the player almost blocks the kick. I don't want to be handling phone calls with, hey, this was an easy call. The left end's in the neutral zone, and he blocked the kick and cost us the game. It didn't in this game, but I don't want to have to answer that phone call because we missed an obvious foul at the snap. Get these players lined up legally. He's in the neutral zone. It's a huge advantage. He almost blocks the kick. We got to have better focus and get these. It's huge. On this play, we're going to review our rule, when is the runner down in conjunction with the wall. And the rule is when the force of an opponent causes the ball carrier to make contact with the wall, or, as we've seen in our quizzes, when an opponent is touching the ball carrier who is in contact with the wall, the ball is declared dead. Now, what happens here? Block kick, clearly a loose ball. Player picks it up here. He's about to go down. He laterals it while he's still live, and right there, that runner is still live. And what happens? There's no one around him to put him in the wall. First, he's live, and he legally passes the ball backwards. Our runner here, his foot touches the wall, but no opponent is in contact with him, nor was he forced into the wall. And our official kills it. So we got basically an inadvertent whistle that pulled back a touchdown. So we got to be straight on this rule. When is the runner down when the wall's involved, basically? So we got a live ball, a legal backwards pass. And for this runner here to be down at this point, we've got to have an opponent touching him when he's in contact with the wall. That would be his foot probably kicking the wall, or that an opponent forced him into the wall, neither of which occurred here. So this should have remained a live ball. Got to be better focused on these type plays. We got to keep our heads on a swivel. Let's watch this right defensive end after the play ends. We got two officials supposed to be looking in there, and look what we miss. This is unacceptable. We got to get that. Better focus is required. Here's our lack of focus play of the week, but it's just a bad look. Look at this. No flags down. Now, no harm, no foul. They scored, but it's just a terrible look when we lose focus. We've got defensive lineman not down in the stance. We got DOF. We got a linebacker not stationary at the snap, and no flags. It's a bad look. We got to have better focus. And here we are again with another one. Snapped at the 14, and our head linesman is just planted at the 14. I don't know if people aren't watching tape, not looking in the manual, but this has been driven home countless times. Snap between the 10 and the 15. The head linesman needs to get to the goal line, and on this play, we don't have any goal line coverage. And here's the example when you're not watching your key across the field. That's his key. Back judge could help here. Our line judge does help and throws the flag. But he's got to be on his key for 3 seconds. If he is, boom, there it is. A throwdown hold, and he doesn't see it. You got to stay on your keys, even if it's across the field. Thank God our line judge read that his key here was not threatened, so he was able to shift all the way over to there and see the throwdown that the head linesman missed. So, stay on your keys. Pre-snap, pick out your key. Even if it's all the way across the field, stay with it 3 seconds, you're going to see the foul. Boom, there it is. Good job by the line judge, saving the crew. Take a look at this play. It's the end of the game. We can see there's 15 seconds left. The offense is scrambling to spike the ball to stop the clock. And what do we miss? We cannot miss this. Stationary receiver within 3 yards. That's huge. We got to get that. So just remember, at the end of the game, you got to be hyper focused. Yeah, everyone's rushing around. Offense is hurrying. They want to stop the clock, but we can't miss a clear stationary receiver within 3 yards of the guard. We got to have a flag down. We got to be focused each and every play. Wing has wall all the way. We know that. Here, runner is into the wall, being touched by an opponent. He should be down at the 4-yard line, yet the crew signals touchdown. Here's a complete lack of game awareness. What do we got? It's 4th down. What do we got to be thinking? Quarterback may be trying to draw the defense off. He has an extreme head bob here. That's a false start. And we tag the defense. We can't have this. Game awareness. 4th down. What's going to happen? Exactly what happened here. He goes, I'm going to get a cheap call here. That's a false start. We talked about this earlier in the season on some training tapes, but this is an egregious mistake. We can't have this. 4th and short. Head bob, that is a false start by the offense, 100%. We got to shut this down and tag the offense. This one's a classic. Lack of focus. Field goal attempt splits the upright. What? Kicker knows it's good, then he sees the signal. What? What? Are you kidding me? This kind of lack of focus causes the coach to lose his mind and, more importantly, have to waste the challenge on a call we should have got correct on the field. Got to be better. Let's look at the top of the screen up here with the pass play. What do you see? Do we have a completed pass, incomplete pass? What do we got here? What we have is player bench interference. Number 6 knows it. Let's analyze. So we see the ball coming in. Player has it. He's got control. He's going to swing it over the side of the wall. We can't determine whether he can complete the process of the catch or not. All he's got to do is control it when he hits the wall. But what happens? Number 11 of the visiting team yanks the ball out of him and then runs his mouth. The receiver knows what just happened. We got an official looking right at it and doesn't recognize that we have bench interference. Look at that. It's just a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct. Previous spot, we were snapped at the 12. We'd go to the 6. And more important, number 11 is kicked out of the game. Why? By rule. Doesn't matter if it's his first UNS. He does this, he is removed from the game. So in this situation, we would go to the previous spot, 12-yard line, go half the distance to the 6. We'd have a first down, and number 11 would be removed from the game. This lack of focus can speak for itself.
Starts with a first down. They already lead by 2, and the ball's on the deck already, and the Steamwheelers have it back. There's a flag down as Arslanian vacuums in the fumble recovery.
Yeah, and we'll get an idea of what the flag is here in just a second, because that could completely flip this play on its head.
Okay, but there's no foul on the play, as the official accidentally threw his flag versus the beanbag to mark the fumble. It is a fumble. Recovery by Quad Cities. First and 10.
Okay, just.
I suppose whoever tossed the beanbag, rounds are on him for this referee for the rest of the season. Embarrassing your referee like this. More lack of focus, scrimmage kick attempt. Look at our right defensive end. There's no preventive officiating going on here. There's nothing going on. And is that right defensive end head-to-head? Certainly doesn't look like it. Could we prove it in review? Probably not. But I guarantee if we had an end zone shot, we would see that that right defensive end is not head-to-head. And we would need the end zone shot to create the foul. The takeaway is we need a little bit more focus here, a little bit more preventive officiating. I get it. We don't want it to take it out of our routine, but a little coming in and tapping him on the right side, hey, get lined up head to head, certainly would go a long way here. Watch what happens to the kicker here. This is what happens when we officiate air. Looking right at it. Look at that. Illegal block below the waist, right in front of the official. I'm not sure how we missed this. Look at that. He attacks the kicker below the waist, looking right at it, and no flag. Better focus is required. We can't just officiate air. Okay, here's an interesting play. Let's first note the time. We're in last 31 seconds of the first half. So what do we know? The timing rules have changed. It's kind of normal timing rules, as we like to say, outdoors. We're going to stop the clock on a first down or an out-of-bounds play. It is 1st and 10 from the 14. What do the Wings need to know? Where the line to gain is. We're not measuring. Runner is hit at about the 22.5, driven backwards out of bounds. Why is the crew killing the clock here? We've got forward progress at about the 22.5, so we know it's not a first down. We're not killing it for that. We've got forward progress. We should be winding the clock. Feel free to wind in situations like this in the final 60 seconds of either half. We got forward progress, driven backwards out of bounds. We should be winding the clock. And to make matters worse, the next play was spotted at the 20-yard line. So we got the clock wrong, we got the spot wrong, and we don't know what forward progress is. We got to do better than this. We need better focus here at the end of the game. The team with the ball is leading in the final 60 seconds. They got to gain positive yardage, right? We're snapped at the 12. Positive yardage means you got to gain at least an inch, right? He's stonewalled right there, short of the 12. Again, even with his camera parallax, we can see that he is short. This is not positive yardage. He was stonewalled at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. We need better focus. Don't let this happen to you. Remember, when you're in those final 60 seconds, team in the lead's got to gain positive yardage. Know where the ball is snapped from. Know where the back gets stonewalled. Know when he hasn't gained positive yardage, and stop the clock. Okay, enough of that lack of focus. Most of our officials will be focused, as the following examples will demonstrate. Here we go. Opening kickoff of the game. 100% focus. All distractions are gone. Watching our areas. Watch 22. Umpire's thinking, that didn't just happen. The kicking team did not just block in the back, did he? What an excellent call to start the game. A one-hand push. He sees it, he processes it, puts the flag down, and continues to officiate the play. Opening play of the game. Great focus. Crunch time and focus. Our umpire down here, onside kick situation. He's going to see the illegal touch, bag it, and continue to officiate the play. And as you can see from the sideline shot, umpire looking right at it. Player touches it. Right there. Official sees it and bags it, and that's the kind of focus we want every single play. I'll tell you what, if I could bottle the focus of this crew, I could market it to all the supervisors across the country and become very wealthy. Just take a sip of this before the game. It'll make you focused. But great job by the umpire getting this, seeing it, bagging it, and continuing to officiate the play. Excellent key discipline from across the field. Head linesman, there's his key across the field. Key discipline. 1-1002, there it is. Holding, thrown to the ground, a takedown. We got a flag on the ground. You'd be surprised how many of our officials would miss this from across the field. This is excellent key discipline. Stick on your key for 3 seconds. You're going to see that. And he does. Kickoff, we're going to have an illegal blindside block up at about the 25 or so. Here it comes. There it is. Great focus by the crew getting this. Not ball watching, but looking at the immediate action around the ball. What do we see? He's coming across the field. Our pursuer does not see it coming. He's lining him up and just blows him up from the side. Illegal blindside block. Great focus by the crew getting this foul. More focus here by our referee. Can never take the play off, and you've got to continue to officiate until the play ends. What do we got here coming up? 10-yard line. We got a block below the waist. Referee sees it, continues to the goal line. Excellent focus. Can't take these plays off. It's big. We got a block below the waist right here. This player. Keep an eye. Right there. Dangerous play. Referee sees it, flags it, and continues his way back to the goal line. Takeaway. Do not stop officiating. Excellent work here. And here's what we mean by focus. Back judge on his key for less than 2 seconds. 1-1000. There it is. We get an illegal block below the waist. We got to be focused. Each and every play. Got to stay on our keys. You're going to get most of these fouls if you're on your keys. Great job. Great focus. Excellent call. Superb work by our back judge. What do we see here? We can see our defender right here running off the field. So we got 9 on the field here at the snap. We've got an illegal substitution. Our back judge, you don't see it, but he's got a flag down on the ground. Does he stop officiating? No. Continues to officiate. We're going to see a late hit come in down here. You can see our back judge focused. And he's not a squirrel in that he's not carrying 2 flags in his pocket. Just put the hat down as your second flag, and that's fine. Great piece of officiating. Gets the illegal substitution, stays with the play, sees the late hit. I'll put my flag down, reports it to the referee, and they're in and out of this thing in 30 seconds. Okay, lack of focus again. First, our referee's going over to talk to the coach. Look at the umpire. He's ready to get the ball snapped. The team is ready to go. Why isn't the umpire checking that his referee's not ready to go? I have no idea. And the back judge actually comes in and saves the day because the snap is imminent. Look, the team is ready to snap the ball. Back judge comes in and saves the day. Great focus by the back judge here. Good job. All right, let me set the stage for you here. End of the half, 8 seconds left. Neither team has timeout. It is 2nd and goal. You got to keep in mind we have hometown clock operators. They're going to stop the clock here when they shouldn't have. But this crew is on high alert, especially at the end of the half, for timing issues. I wish all our crews had this much focus on timing issues because we're missing a lot of this. Let's watch it unfold.
8 seconds remaining in our first half. Boot Williams in the slot. Pressure comes, he fires, it's complete to Clint Gibbons Jr. And
So he's down short of the goal line, as the officials will rule.
he's down at the 1 yard line.
Our back judge is glancing at the clock and realizes it has stopped. So what does he do?
2 seconds on the clock.
Wind it, baby, wind it.
How about the reception for Clint Gibbons Jr.?
He knows the half is over right now, and you're going to see him mouth the words, "It's halftime. Halftime, halftime."
Halftime. And they say it's halftime.
Just a superb job by the crew here. Everyone needs to be focused on the clock, especially at the end of the half or at the end of the game. Line judge. He's keyed right here. His key's not going to be threatened much longer, and he's going to pick up the receiver on the out pattern. That's where the ball is going. A little bit of hand fighting. Receiver 13 is able to make a play on the ball. What do we like about this? The right up. And I quote, "Both players grabbing each other. Receiver 13 was able to make a play on the ball. I didn't have enough material restriction to call a foul." Exactly as played out on the film. Great focus by our head linesman, looking where he needs to look. What's one thing our line judge knows on this play? He knows the line to gain is the 11-yard line. We got a tight play at the line to gain. In his judgment, we have reached the line to gain, and he sells a first down. That's because why? He knew at the start of the play, he reviewed in his mind, line to gain is the 11. Excellent work. When we talk about focus, what kind of focus does our referee have on this play? It's called laser focus. Do we have a pass here, or is the quarterback down in the wall by contact? He's being contacted. You can see right here, his entire left and right leg are in contact with the wall. The ball has not been released. Now it's released, and our referee, you can see him coming in, looking exactly where he needs to be looking. This is textbook laser focus, ruling the quarterback down. Superb. And the last focus play we'll take a look at is, well, here we go. We are in a championship game here. Watch what happens to the quarterback. Is this roughing the passer? It sure is. It's a 3-step knockdown. The ball's away. 1, 2, 3. Not much of a hit, but that is roughing the passer. And the play results in an interception, which, of course, the roughing the passer call is going to take away. Crowd doesn't like it. But when you hear this kind of stuff, you know you've done a great job. But that is a super call. Listen into the crowd. And if you hear that chant this season, in my experience, it means you've been doing something correct. So that's good. And remember, focus. It's on all the little things that we saw on this tape that make for a well-officiated game. And when you make the lack of focus mistakes, it becomes a train wreck. So we don't want any train wrecks this season. Continue to focus. Bear with us until we get those rules out. And keep working hard. Talk to you on the next one.